What's your favorite? A man walks into a bar joke. A man walks into a bar. As he sits down, he looks up and notices 3 pieces of meat hanging from the ceiling. He asks the bartender what's with the meat. The bartender says, if you can jump up and slap all 3 pieces at once, you get free drinks for an hour. If you miss even one, you have to pay for everyone else's drinks for the rest of the night. Wanna give it a go? The man takes another look at the meat, then says, I think I'll pass. The stakes are too high. A ghost walks into a bar. The bartender says, sorry, we don't serve spirits. A cowboy rode into town and stopped at a saloon for a drink. Unfortunately, the locals always had a habit of picking on strangers, which he was. When he finished his drink, he found his horse had been stolen. He went back into the bar, handily flipped his gun into the air, caught it above his head without even looking, and fired a shot into the ceiling. Which one of you sidewinders stole my horse? He yelled with surprising forcefulness. No one answered. Alright, I'm gonna have another beer, and if my horse ain't back outside by the time I finish, I'm gonna do what I done in Texas. And I don't like to have to do what I done in Texas. Some of the locals shifted restlessly. The man, true to his word, had another beer, walked outside, and his horse has been returned to the post. He saddled up and started to ride out of town. The bartender wandered out of the bar and asked, say partner, before you go, what happened in Texas? The cowboy turned back and said, I had to walk home. A dung beetle walks into a bar and asks, is this stool taken? Give man a duck and he'll eat for a day. Teach a man to duck, and he'll never walk into a bar. A man walks into a bar and sits down and orders a drink. Bartender says, I'm sorry sir, you already seem very drunk. I cannot serve you. Guy gets up and leaves. A few minutes later, he comes in again, sits down at the bar and tries ordering another drink. I'm sorry sir, but I cannot serve you, because you already seem drunk. Please leave. Guy gets up, grunts and wanders off again through the same exit. Another few minutes goes by and the same guy comes back in, sits down and tries to order yet another drink. Sir, I've already told you now twice that you're too drunk, and I cannot serve you. Dude looks at the bartender all surprised and slurs, how many bars do you work at? A man walks into a bar and orders a whiskey. When the barman serves it up, he takes it out to the bench in front of the bar to drink it. As he's enjoying his drink, a nun walks by and glares at him sourly. How can you pollute your soul with the devil's drink like that? She asks. The man shrugs. It's not the devil, it's just whiskey. But it's sinful and wicked. How do you know it's so bad? Then, have you ever tasted whiskey? Of course not. My sisters and mother superior told me how evil drink is. But how do they know? Have they ever had a drink? They go back and forth like this for a while, before at last, the nun relents. Well, I suppose that, if I were to try a sip of whiskey, I would better understand how it corrupts the soul. But it wouldn't do for any of my sisters to come by here and see me drinking. Could you order me one in a teacup? The man agrees this is fair, and walks inside to the barman. 2 whiskeys, but put one in a teacup, please. The barman slams his hand down on the bar and shouts, is that damn nun here again? A snake walks into a bar. The bartender says, how the fuck did you do that? A man walks into a bar and orders a drink. A minute later he hears, you look great. Have you lost weight? He looks around, but there's no one near. Again, a minute later, he hears, you know, you don't look a day over 30. Looks around again, no one but him and the bartender, so he asks, did you hear that? The bartender says it's the peanuts. They're complimentary. A man walks into a bar, orders a drink, downs it really quickly, orders another, downs it one too. The bartender says, hey, buddy, are you okay? The man says, no, honestly, I'm not. I wanted to surprise my wife, and I caught her in bed with another man. The bartender says, oh, man, that's awful. What are you going to do? The man, I'm gonna drink myself to death. I just want to die. Bartender, that's not what I'd do. If I caught another man with my wife, I'd kill the bastard. The man, hey, that's it. Thanks. The man leaves and comes back an hour later. The bartender asks, so, did you do it? Did you kill a guy? The man, big smile on his face, says, no, I fucked your wife. A man walks into a bar with a bag and orders a drink. After a while, The bartender asks him what is in the bag. The man says nothing, don't worry about it. The night continues, and the bartender keeps asking, but the man keeps giving him the same answer. Towards the end of the night the bartender offers the man a free beer if the man shows him what is in the bag. The man agrees. He reaches into the bag and pulls out a tiny piano and a tiny man that sits down and starts playing the piano. The bartender says, wow, that's amazing. Where did you find that guy? The man looks up and says, I have this magic lamp that grants me wishes, but the stupid thing is broken. The man then hands the bartender the lamp and says, you can try it if you want. The bartender happily grabs the lamp and wishes for $1,000,000 and the room is suddenly filled with $1,000,000. This thing is definitely broken, says the bartender. The man replies, tell me about it. Do you really think I wished for a 12-inch pianist?